What is going on, everyone? It is Foul Play here. We are back for another Modern League. Alright, so this list I sort of came up and sort of decided on. The metagame definitely has, in my opinion, shifted away from a lot of burn. There's still a decent amount of blue-red prowess, but like that's realistically the majority of the red burn type decks that we're versing. So I'm going to be adjusting my mana base and my sideboard accordingly, right? So main deck, we have got our stock 20 lands. We've got the 11 creatures. I can easily see people going up to 4 Spirit Dancers. I personally like 3 at the moment. We've got the 4 Ethereal, the 4 Hyena Umbra, the 4 Rancor, and the 4 Daybreak Coronet. And then we've got 3 Elves for Grisburn and for Spider Umbra, and 2 Elves for Sentinel's Eyes and Spirit Mantle. Excuse me. With 3 Path in the main deck here as well. Now between the Grisburn and the Spirit Mantle, we've got 5 lots of evasiveness, which is pretty nice. With the Totem Armor, we've got 7 instances of it, and of course Trample, your standard 4. Sentinel's Eyes takes us up to 6 instances of Vigilance, which is really nice in those creature matchups where you maybe want to attack, but you also want to hold back a chump blocker to stop the damage. So against something like Blue-Red Prowess, for example, you'll still be able to get in maybe 4 or 5 points of damage, chump block the opponent's creature. Hopefully you've got something like Totem Armor, because usually by like turn 3, when the opponent is attacking, they can make like a 5 or 6 power Prowess creature without too much trouble. So it's sort of, in the Prowess matchup, pairs up quite well with Totem Armor. In like any other matchup, it works quite well with First Strike. Now, I do want to just make a special mention with the Sentinel's Eyes. I do remember last time I was running this card, I was experimenting with 5 to 6 fetch lands. So it can be pretty important to have cards to help escape the Sentinel's Eyes from the graveyard to get the maximum value from it, right? And obviously if you're exiling auras, sometimes if you're exiling creatures as well, it's not exactly where you want to be. We do have Lurrus as the companion. We can get our auras back with Lurrus. The idea is after like a sweeper effect, like an engineered explosives or something of that nature, your Rancor comes back from the board to hand. Sentinel's Eyes goes to the graveyard, but you can recast it anyway, and then you can like potentially get 1 aura back a turn from the graveyard with Lurrus as well. So it's like really just stacking on that additional pressure onto the opponent, right? I just wanted to like emphasize that a little bit because I haven't been on Sentinel's Eyes for a while. Sideboard wise, I have gone down to 3 Leyline of Sanctity. Like I said, less burn at the moment, so I don't think I can justify the full playset right now. We do have 1 Decide. Now this is mostly a Heliod combo card, exiling all copies of their Heliod creature, but I guess it's a pretty good mirror breaker as well, right? I guess wait, no, it's not really a very good mirror breaker. If the exiled card is a god, you can replay it. But I suppose if you're in the mirror and you're exiling an enchantment, they can't get it back with Lurrus, so that's something that's pretty nice. We've got 3 Rest in Peace, Dredges, you know, somewhat menacing. We're still on Suppression Field. It's probably like my least favorite card in the sideboard at the moment. If I was to get rid of it, I'd probably be looking at Torpor Orbs, maybe a 1 of Seal of Primordium. We could see like 1 or 2 Torpor Orbs as well, maybe the extra Leyline, but at the moment, I'm not like 100% sold on cutting it, so I'm leaving to him. Yeah, so of course, Force of Vigor, the Lurrus, and then 3 Gadok Teague, the Teague being in there mostly for Trom. Alright, let's jump into it, guys. Alright, so here we are for match number 1, everyone, versing Alpha Blade, and we lost the die roll. This hand we've got no Totem Armor. It's a Dryad Arbor reliant hand with no Totem Armor, so it seems pretty weak. This hand looks a lot better. I am going to keep it. I've got rid of the Temple Garden. In case we're against something like Jund, having double hexproof creature can be pretty important. Looks like we're against Amulet Titan, probably. In this matchup, Having an explosive clock is pretty important, and we've got like a very awkward hand without totem armor, so I wouldn't say we're in a good spot here. Our opponent will have to be slow and we'll have to draw well. It could be Titan Shift, actually. I'm not sure if the Amulet Titan lists are running Explore anymore. Alright, it's Amulet. Wow, well, we've drawn just about as horribly as we could have. They haven't got reach. All right, let's just get this Spirit Mantle down. If I'm playing perfectly, I'll play the Plains there. I was thinking of playing it tapped and then playing out the Spirit Mantle, but that makes like no sense. So we should have played the Plains and conserved 2 points of damage. All right, looks like the old, 5-mana Titan. As if it wasn't cheap enough at all. 5 mana goes down to 4 mana these days. My assumptions are he gets Talaria West and maybe a Valakut. Although, I suppose with Talaria West... Oh, does that mean he has Dried in hand? That's really bad for us if that's the case. Well, we've continued to draw absolutely incredibly right here. I'm not really sure there's a way of winning. I guess we'll look for a chump block. And extending some auras onto the board, but realistically here we're just dead. If we have any chance, it's applying at least a little bit of pressure though. First, I scooped to Dryad of Lycian Grove here. Or even like a Summoner's Pact. Great. Alright, so it's the list that runs Khan the Great Creator as well. Oh, that's horrible for us. I guess he's getting explosives. Cool. Well, we'll just concede to that shit. What a load of crap. We're on the draw. We draw triple land in like an already shaky hand. There's the gas afterwards. Several turns too late. Alright, so Force of Vigor is good here. Decide can go after an enchantment. That's not really what we want to be doing. Path is definitely still good. Like, we could bring in Suppression Field here, but I don't really like it. Because they have main deck Khan the Great Creator, I like Teague more, but maybe not as a full set. Remember, if we play the Teague, we can't cast Force of Vigor afterwards. Guess we could path our own Teague. Help with all that. Traditionally, I really like Griffspoon in this matchup, but that was when they have Field of the Dead, and they don't have that anymore. So I think it's probably just a little bit weaker than something like Sentinel's Eyes that gives us Vigilance and comes back from the graveyard cheaper. We could like keep in one Griffspoon, but really I want to keep my 2-mana auras here. And yeah, as far as triggering is concerned, that's where it puts me. So the board out is either Sentinel's Eyes, Land, or a Teague, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing here. I don't want to take out my Spirit Dancers. On the play, I don't really want to take out Land. I might just take out the Sentinel's Eyes on the play. I might switch it for the Windswept Heath when I'm on the draw, though. Just a reminder as well, if you do enjoy the content, guys, and haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe and you can keep up to date with all my videos. We release a whole bunch of them during the week. Every day we've got new content coming out. Alright, so this hand has like one aura and a pretty weak clock, although it does have Path to Exile as interaction and a Spirit Dancer to help us draw gas. Honestly, when we're on the play, Spirit Dancer can be a really good way to win the game. I'm going to keep this. And I'm going to look to turn to a Spirit Dancer instead of playing auras. So this does mean that I'm going to Windswept Heath. I'm going to get Temple Garden, play out my Scout, etc. And yeah, hopefully we find like another 1-mana aura by turn 3, preferably 2 in a land. But one step at a time. I'd just be happy with hitting the second aura. Because even if we like hit land and hold up path, that's still really good for us. Force would be a good draw. No force. Okay. Alright, opponent's got the Amulet of Vigor down. What happened to like the Elvish Reclaiming Titan deck? Because that was the hot deck for a while and it just seems to have disappeared. Alright, we'll see what we draw. I like that. I like that a lot. Here I probably do have to go for the Temple Garden, or else future turns might get awkward where I'm not able to tap my mana efficiently. I don't think I can go for the basic there. Alright, so I'm going to set a stop on my opponent's draw step. I'm going to attack him for 7, and then on my opponent's draw step, I'm going to path the Dryad of Elysian Grove. Next turn, we should be able to untap and kill him as long as we draw an aura. Wow. Alright, well, we'll just path this now instead of on draw step. There's like a very good reason why I like Rancor in this matchup, and it's for exactly that. Like it, post-board Force of Vigor is so much nicer for us because at least we get one of the auras back, right? And that's so upsetting because we have this Gadok Teague in hand too. Two cards left in my opponent's hand. They may or may not have the Titan. I guess we'll see. Okay, they've just got it. Cool. You'd have to say we've drawn remarkably bad here. We've got 2 extra creatures than what we needed. We did hit an aura. We hit the Spider Umbra. Didn't do as much as we'd have hoped, though. Wow. Fucking yikes, mate. Calm down. Settle down. If we're getting out of this, it's with Daybreak. I wonder if he's got, like, the double strike land in here as well, just, like, for major BM. Well, it's not really BM. Major whatever. Major slaughtering. Alright. There's the Teleria West, Simic Growth Chamber. Block with Scout, doesn't really matter. It's a start. Okay, well, opponent is yielding through the turn, which I would like to say is a good start for us. Oh my god. We have a chance. Path is obviously a good draw there. As was the Sentinel's Eyes, really. So we might be able to kill 2 Titans here. There's a chance. Why is he tapping mana like that instead of going through a castle? Has he got Bring to Light as well? We know he can transmute Talaria West. Ancient Stirrings, sure. Wait, we don't want that. That gets put there. Ancient Stirring reveals. So of course they've been very careful not to use their blue mana there. Use the green half. Second castle. It's got to be transmute into a creature, right? Yep. So when he's able to play the extra land... Has he played a land this turn? Stirrings. Yeah, he's played the Castle Garenbrig. I would have thought he would have played like a bounce land so that he could untap the Slayer's Stronghold and give the Dryad haste as well. I don't think he can afford a second Titan. That and Dryad of Lycian Grove will turn on Valakut. So he can go Dryad of Lycian Grove, play the Valakut trigger, and we get a Path and Response. Oh, he's gone for the second prime time. Has he really got enough mana? Holy shit, he does too. Has he got second Boros Garrison, plus Vesuva, copy the Slayer's Stronghold? Ah, he's got this one. Let's give him one less land, I suppose. I guess, like, it's technically 2 less triggers. He still gets a basic, but we win out because he's not getting as many utility lands, right? Oh, now he's questioning whether or not he wants to attack at all. Because we can very easily just untap and kill him from this point. He doesn't know we've got triple creature in hand, but yeah, that's something he needs to play around. He does know about the Rancor though, so he knows we're getting at least 10 power and another draw. This is an interesting spot. Maybe it was correct to let him attack first and get all his triggers. I don't know. I just think I'd prefer to verse, you know, 1 Talaria West here as opposed to 2 Talaria West here. For if the game goes an extra turn after this. Alright. Big turn. Alright, well, opponent did just pass to us. We finally drew Force of Vigor, which I'm going to go out on a limb and say was a nice draw. We can't play both that and the Gadok Teague, though. I guess we can cycle this Horizon Canopy and see if we draw like an Ethereal Armor. Fuck off, man. Fuck right off. Draws have definitely been below par. Is he just passing the turn to us? Oh, well, there's the attack. All right. I'm opting to, force the Vigor here over the Gadok Teague as well. Just because, like, Dryad of Elysian Grove plus Fetch Land would kill us. Selesnya Sanctuary, sure. Talaria West, sure. I mean, obviously he's returning the Talaria West to hand there. Has he got hardcast on the Force of Negation? He does not. He just hard loses his creature. Sure. So if he's like, it goes for the Summoner's Pact here. Okay. I was going to say, if he goes for the explosives, we can just force the issue during our opponent's turn. My guess is, yeah, he's going for a land here. In response to the land trigger, because he'll get his untap, and in response to the damage, we'll just blow up his Dryad of Elysian Grove and the Amulet. Goodbye, Bogle. And because it's a Valakut and not a fetch land, he can't fetch in response. Although if he could, we'd just take 3 damage. Cool. Alright, so that was pretty tense, but there will be a game 3. Go on, what were we drawing? What were we drawing? Yeah, that looks about right. Oh god, I'm so glad we didn't need anything more than what we had. Wow. Alright, so I was looking in at that Sentinel's Eyes over maybe a fetch land here. I might actually even just rely on Teague slightly more here over one Spirit Dancer too. I think. And there was definitely a spot there where a Griffspoon would have been great when we were attacking in as well. Just to be noted. Alright, so we see this hand with, I suppose, 2 sorts of interaction. We are missing an aura, but we do have good interaction and good creatures. I actually think this is a keep. I wouldn't normally keep a hand which doesn't have an aura to enable Daybreak Coronet, but I think we actually have time to like just chill out for a minute, right? Ancient Stirrings is much better than Amulet. Alright, he's put Amulet to hand, he found it. Forest? Sure. Oh goodness, that could be awkward. Alright, I'm gonna get the Temple Garden here. This turn should still be a setup turn for my opponent. So basic into Amulet, which means he might be holding Bounce Land. Wait, what? I suppose he doesn't need to hard force the Amulet of Vigor there. Because you can Amulet Bounce Land. Bounce Land will add 2, 3. Then he's short. He's short of going prime time. So if he amulets into Dryad of Lycian Grove, he might just have enough triggers to kill our core Spirit Dancer, which would be very unfortunate. Man, I wish I was on the play in this spot. I think... we want to make a decision as to whether or not we're playing Gadok Teague or not. I think we play Teague and play around the explosives a little bit here. I think if he's got the Dryad, he's picking off a creature anyway, but if we play around the explosives, that's probably our best bet. Also, this is worse if we draw Force of Vigor in our next turn, because it won't 2-for-1 our opponent. So maybe I'm not supposed to Teague there. Oh wait, no, if he bounce lands, yeah. Oh, sure. Whatever. I mean... cool. Like, an aura would be really sweet as well. Firespout, I've not seen that in a long time in this deck. I don't really think they need it. Maybe they're getting a bit frustrated by price, but I don't really think they need that card. What? Yeah, that was not expected even slightly. So prime time, they can now give it haste. They can attack, get another 2 land triggers. We're probably in a bit of trouble unless our opponent misplays this. He can probably get Slayer Stronghold and Boros Garrison and give it another 2 damage here. Or he could go for another Simic Growth in Talaria West. Bejuga Bog and Talaria West. I mean, we're not really... anything in our graveyard's kind of pointless there. Not really that upset by that. Alright, well, fucking, we continue to rip amazingly, don't we? Holy shit, dude. Alright, I'm gonna pass the turn. We've got double path interaction, and then we need to actually hope to hit once. We've had 4 draws so far. We need to hit an aura once. What do we got? What do we got in the deck here? So we took out the Griff Spoon. We have 17 draws. We've missed every time. Get out of here, punk. Incredible. How does he do it? Absolutely incredible. Do we path our own guy for mana? Then... surely not. All right, this is like absolutely beyond ridiculous now. This is completely pathetic. I don't know what's going on. We've hit 1 path and 4 lands here. My opponent drawing dead. Really? Really? Alright, well... Going on the Spirit Dancer here. It'll be like a turn slower, but it's also fine. Yes, we hold up path interaction. Alright, well, we finally got there. Radiant Fountain. Sure. You gain that 2 life, opponent. It's all yours. Just, yeah, now we're in like triple Daybreak range. It's pretty sweet. Alright, that should hopefully be enough. Oh yeah. And an extra 3 damage in the bank as well. Wow. Well, that was really nerve-wracking. Fortunately, we dealt with 1 Primeval Titan. And because our opponent didn't manage their lands properly, they weren't able to get a second creature off of Talaria West. They weren't fortunate enough to draw the bounce land, and we won from that. So yeah, I mean, this Bejuga Bog exiling the Slippery Bogle and Gadok Tig, that's not really important. Let's be serious. That's not an important thing. But, you know, Lurrus gets back the Spirit Dancer after the explosives. It's like, okay, I'm cool with that. Yeah, that's it from it today, guys. So, do let me know what you think down below in the comments. And as always, have a great day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.